Howdy everyone, and welcome to episode 42 of Paul Plays in Portugal, where today we're going to be taking on Arsenal in the semi-final of the Europa League. They still have Arsene Wenger in charge, so I feel like I've got a decent chance of winning this. They're currently 6th in the Premier League. You can see they did actually finish 3rd a couple seasons ago, but yeah, the decline under Arsene Wenger has kind of continued on this. Highlighted by the fact they're actually in the Europa League as well, I guess. But they will be one of the favourites to win this competition. They did win it 3 seasons ago, as you can see there. And this is the semi-final lineup. So Arsenal versus Portimonense, Liverpool versus Lyon. And they've got Higuain up front. So they do have a very good striker. He's 33 years old, but he's got the highest average rating in the competition. They've also got Lacazette, who's got the second highest number of assists. They are obviously a very dangerous team. But I gotta fancy my chances because we have been fantastic lately. Once again, we're always fantastic. We're unbeaten since that defeat in the first leg of our Taça de Portugal semi-final game. Of course, we have managed to get through to the final despite that defeat. We're taking on Porto on the last day of the season, but let's hope that isn't the last day of the season and we have a Europa League final to play. So today we've got 2 legs and we've got Guimarães sandwiched in the middle. Only 3 league games to go. We are currently 4 points clear of Porto. They did lose their last game against Guimarães, in fact. They do seem to pick up some good results. We should be winning the league comfortably. But it does depend on today because we do have a bit of fixture congestion. 3 days between, well, the usual 3 days between a Europa League game and the league game at the weekend. So I might have to put out a weaker team there if we have a fighting chance in the second leg against Arsenal. So we'll just game manage it. We'll just have to see what we're doing. By the way, I have managed to revert to the full screen version. If you watched the last episode, for some reason I had it zoomed in. It wasn't too much of a problem, but I'm not really entirely sure what happened there. Something to do with OBS, which I use to record the screen. It's been a few days since I played Football Manager, actually. I've had a bit of a break for the last few days, although for you, it doesn't seem that way because I've uploaded the Bournemouth games quite recently. This is the team I'm going to be going with. Oh, in fact, I want to show you the recent results. You've already seen them, but I just want to highlight them. In fact, we've only played 1 game. We beat Moreirense 3-1. Wellington, Lopez and Ivanic with a comfortable win for us. Okay, so this is the team I'm going with to take on Arsenal away from home at the Emirates in this first leg. Lecomte has been decent in goal. I mean, his average rating isn't as high as Ferreira's was. If you look at his average rating, in fact, it's quite similar, to be honest. I thought Ferreira was getting above 6.9, but he's not. It's about the same as what Ferreira is getting. But I do feel like goalkeepers struggle to get good average ratings on Football Manager generally. They just don't really get rewarded for good saves. They get rewarded for the number of saves they make rather than... I suppose on a 3D match engine, it might look like a spectacular save, but the game engine behind it might not think it's a good save. It's just representing it as an incredible flying save across the goal, but it doesn't necessarily know that. But I do feel like the average ratings for goalkeepers are a bit harsh. Generally, the last few Football Managers, maybe it's just me, maybe I just don't have a good enough goalkeeper, but I think Lecomte has played well on the whole. Georgian, of course, is a bit of a liability. Red cards galore this season, 4 red cards, but when he does play well, he's good. His average rating has obviously dropped compared to other players because of those red cards, but fullback wise, we've never really got good average ratings with our fullbacks. Vinicius has played really well this season, actually, 7.1. He's our best centre-back. He's played better than Palmer Brown, which is why he's in there instead of Postignolo. Fernando Silva has been our best left-back ahead of Luciano this season. He's not fitted into my team since the move from Brazil. He may have really good potential, but it's just not worked out for him. Marcel, who's been ever-present, really, since he was sort of second choice in the first season, but since then... he has been ever-present. Had a really good season as well, as you can see. That Ivanic is actually started to pick it up. He got a goal in the last game. Really good performance from him. Now he's moved into that central midfield position that Lamas is injured. David Silva is playing ahead of him. It's really difficult. It's almost impossible to get 2 advanced playmakers to play well in the same system. But it doesn't really matter because as a team, we play very well. So it doesn't really matter if one player isn't playing particularly well. Wellington on the right, Nakajima on the left. And Franco Lopez up front. This is the Arsenal team then. They've got Rob Holding at the back. You know him. They've still got Kolasinac. Then Donker in defensive midfield. Really good Belgian midfielder. Ramsey. Still got Iwobi playing in the attacking midfield role behind Higuain. Lacazette. On the bench, they've got Danny Welbeck. Xhaka is still there. Oh, they've got Justin Kluivert. 22 years old now on this. He's not really developed as well as you'd have thought, but he is still worth a lot of money. And we can't actually see all his attributes properly anyway. They have a very good team, but we know what we can do. We've beaten Sevilla comfortably. We've beaten Celta on the way here. We've beaten Roma in the Champions League. We've beaten Napoli in the past. We know that we can be dangerous. If we can pick up an away goal here, that would be very handy indeed. We're in our home strip as well against Arsenal's home red kit at this magnificent large stadium in the Emirates. Here's Lopez. Oh, that's not great. Some of you may be thinking, you've gone attacking against Arsenal away from home. Why don't you just go standard? Well, that's not the way we play. You know that. I like this attacking style. It generally does well for me. And it's actually boring first half. It's like the Bournemouth game. We're cancelling each other out. That's alright, but it would be handy if we could get an away goal today. And this is the first highlight of the game. It's a free kick knocked in. It's headed away. Fernando Silva over the top for Ivanic, who I don't really know what he was doing. It was almost like a defensive header there. I think he was trying to head it down for someone but failed. And Higuain is round the back. His 33-year-old legs still beat my defence, but he fires it over the bar. And there's a highlight straight away, which Lecomte starts with a goal kick. But Arsenal have possession. Ramsey plays it up to Higuain again. Is there going to be a late goal in this first half? Here they come down the left wing. Georgian was just... oh, what was he doing? I don't know. Postecoglou heads it away. As far as Torre. Torre crosses in. Great ball in. It's knocked away by Fernando Silva. And Wellington heads partially clear. But we've just handed possession back to them. Rob Holding down the right-hand side. Come on, guys. Get in there. Win it back. Get in their faces. Close down. Holding. They've done nothing up to this point. This is their first period of possession. And it does look dangerous. It looks really dangerous. It's 1-0. That was coming, wasn't it? And at half-time, we go in 1-0 down, despite there being pretty much no highlights. Do we need? I suppose we do need to change things in the second half, because we haven't actually done anything. It's all well and good only being 1-0 down, but it's not really good enough, is it? I'm going to close down a bit more. Just try and get in their faces. And we'll exploit the right flank through Wellington. Whip the crosses in, I think. Lopez has been non-existent in this game, so is Wellington. We need those two players to stand out. Georgian's having a poor game at right back. It's not been ideal so far, but we're still in this game. We're only a quarter of the way through the tie, remember. Free kick to Arsenal. First highlight of the second half is Lacazette on the edge of the box. He's just wandering everywhere. Crosses it in, headed away by Vinicius. David Silva, I'm not entirely sure what he was trying to do there. Ramsey knocks it back into the box, and this is 2. I think we're going out. I don't think we're going to end with a European trophy. Arsenal are just too strong for us here. Perhaps I should have gone standard. But this goal is really as a result of a set play that eventually went into the box, and they did get a shot away in the end. An away goal, though, it could change it all. If we can grab a goal. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go 2 up front. Franco Lopez is having a terrible game according to the average rating, but I don't know if it's necessarily his fault. We're throwing Stanley up there as a target man. We know this can work. And, well, I'm going to pray that it does work. Direct football, pump into box. Do I need to bring anyone else on or off? Marcel's on a yellow. I'm gonna throw on Pedro Sarr for Marcel. Got a bit of a cold, by the way, once again. Really annoying, so if I sound a bit nasally, that's the reason why. Here's Georgian, knocking it up the pitch to Stanley. Does well to win the header. Ivanic to Wellington, who finds Lopez. This is more like it. Oh, that is poor from... What is wrong with Lopez today? He's another man. I don't understand. That was a dreadful pass. I don't even know what he was trying to do. And Iwobi's through here to make it 3 and surely kill the game off. No, Lecomte catches it. We've still got half an hour to try and grab an away goal and give us a fighting chance in the second leg. But we've just handed possession to them once again. Maybe I should be getting Lecomte to take the short throw-ins rather than lumping it up the pitch. Stanley doesn't read that long ball up the pitch, and we've handed possession back once again. Iwobi. Fernando Silva can't win it. Here's Lacazette skipping past his man. This is surely going to be 3. It is. It's all over. We're out the Europa League. I've just gone for it, our usual style, but it's being a bit suicidal, and I do apologise, but you know that's the way we play. Maybe there's going to be a chance. Oh my days! It's hit Lopez on the back. Oh, what is wrong with him today? Pedro Sarr. I mean, there's still a chance, maybe. If we can grab a goal here, no, I don't think this is it wasn't a proper highlight. Whoops, I pressed calm down instead of encourage. I'm not sure if they're going to react kindly to that. Here's Nakajima. Our passing is dreadful. This is going to be 4. It's Dundonker of all people getting the 4th. Well, we might as well put out our full-strength team in the league. This is harsh. Really harsh from Arsenal. We've not really been thrashed this badly before. It's the first team we've come up against that have clearly... I mean, even against Barcelona we put up a fight. This is really poor. Georgian's on a 5.6. Wellington's on a 5.8. Looking for that elusive away goal has just made me lose 4-0, basically. Desperate for an away goal, and I could have maybe just gone solid in this game. Well, the last game of the season is going to be the cup final against Portugal. That's going to be the last game of this series, in fact. Why is Lecomte punching that? We can end it on a high still by winning the league and the cup. We've come short in Europe. So close to a European trophy. We just weren't good enough today. It's time for the second match of the episode then. Let's try and remain positive because we should be going on to win the league. But Guimaraes, they're a good team. They're inconsistent, as you can see, but they do pull off some surprise results. They beat Porto in their last game, so they certainly have the potential to beat us. I think I should just put out my strongest 11 once again. Georgian's a liability, though. I don't know how he's got a cap for France. I suppose it's because he played for PSG, but he's just not good. I'm going to play Fernando. I think he's a liability as well, but I'm going with Fernando in this one. David Silva, I'm not going to play. I'm going to play Bruno Tabata. We're going to play him as an attacking midfielder on support. Let's get on with this one then. Their danger man up front is Harold. Oh, a player called Harold. That's brilliant. And on the right-hand side, this guy's got their most assists, Salvador Aguirre. They've got some quality players, but we should be winning. And I've said that to the players. I'm never usually that harsh. I never really say, I expect to win, because I just feel like it's going to go wrong. It's asking for trouble. But I'm doing it anyway. First highlight of the game, and here comes Salvador Aguirre, but his cross is blocked. Bruno Tabata now coming forwards with the ball. Does well, finds Lopez. We need a better performance from him today. It's just a pathetic effort. He's gone for a long-range shot. He could maybe have got in a bit closer. We've been the better team so far. There's only been one highlight, but statistically, we've been the better team. But here come Guimaraes. Salvador Aguirre tackled, and Nakajima now on the ball in his own corner, though. He finds Pocinolo. Nice, calm play from us. Marcel back to Lecomte, who knocks it into the path of Vinicius, who slams it up the pitch looking for Lopez. Never going to win that. Marcel, Ivanic. Nice ball over the top for Lopez. Here he goes. Oh, that was a great run. Wellington scores. That's a relief, that goal, I must say. Lopez did really well here, but it's a great ball from Ivanic. Look at this. Left-footed, over the top. Lopez round the back of the defence. Has a go. Keeper saves it. Wellington bounces it into the back of the net. 5 minutes until half-time. Vinicius slams a free kick up the pitch. Here's Nakajima picking it up. He's gone a bit quiet lately. Bruno Tabata. Here's Nakajima. Tight corner, crosses it in, back to Fernando Silva, Ivanic, Wellington heads it on, Lopez, Wellington again, Nakajima, oh he scores, he was listening to me saying he's been a bit quiet lately and he's gone and scored our second goal of the game, and Wellington gets another assist. This was a nice play from us. Wellington headed onto the path of Lopez. It deflected back to Wellington. Nakajima in space slams it under the keeper's body, who probably should have done a bit better there. But like I say, in terms of the graphical representation, it might just the match engine behind it might have said, you know, it's a good shot into the bottom left-hand corner, goalkeeper no chance, but it kind of looks like the goalkeeper does have a chance when it's represented by the 3D match engine. Just very happy with that. Fernando's doing fine at right back. Nothing special, but he's not doing anything stupid, and that's all I want from a right back. Free kick to Guimaraes. Are they going to get back into the game? It's over the bar. Fernando knocks it up the pitch. That's not a great ball, and we've handed possession to Guimaraes. Maybe I should be going standard now. Now that we're 2-0 up, we don't really need to be attacking, do we? But they're back in it, so maybe we do. Salvador Aguirre with the goal. The defence, what's wrong with you today? They've all got bad ratings. I'm going to bring Luciano on for Fernando Silva. Pedro Sarr's coming on again for Marcel. One more sub. Are we going to hang on to this? Are we going to chuck it away? I really hope not. Rui Costa's coming on for Lopez for the last few minutes. Lopez has got 31 goals this season. The last 2 games, he's just not performed. Unless he can get a goal before he's subbed off here. Nakajima steps in, wins the ball back, finds Ivanic, lumps it. I mean, just why are we lumping it up to Lopez? I know I'm going direct, but there's no need to lump it like that. Oh, what a ball from Nakajima. Lopez round the back. Can he fight? Ah, tackled. Luciano, Ivanic. There's still a chance here. Bruno Tabata, Wellington. A pathetic effort, but the keeper made a meal of it. I think we're going to hang on. There's 5 seconds to go. It's not been the most comfortable game in the world. Been quite boring, but we get the win. That's the all-important thing. 3 more points, and we must be so close to winning the league now. We're 7 points clear of Porto, but they have a game in hand. If they lose I think we're champions. They did beat Aruca, which means there's still a chance for them to win the league, but surely we can't throw this away. We've got Braga, which, you know, that is a possible loss, but we should be beating Aruca on the last day of the season. And Porto need to win both games to have any chance of winning the league. Unless we lose both and Porto win and draw. I don't know what our head-to-head's like. I will actually show the last 2 games of the season. That will be the next episode. So I'm going to play this Arsenal game. There's almost no point showing it because we're out. There's no chance of a heroic turnaround. If we do, then that'll be one of my greatest ever achievements on Football Manager, if we can turn around a 4-0 defeat in that first leg. But episode 43 will be those 2 games. We'll have a title winning party, hopefully, after those 2 away games. And then the episode after that, the last episode of the series, will be the final, the cup final against Porto. So with us basically out of this competition, I thought I'd make a few changes, but I have stuck with Wellington, Lopez and Nakajima, our deadly trio. Because if a miracle is going to happen, those are the 3 players that are going to create the miracle. I've moved Ivanic to attacking midfield, and Karubo, the youngster, is going to play in central midfield. In fact, I want Bruno Tabata on the bench. We need Bruno Tabata on the bench. He's going to come in for David Silva. Pedro Sarr's playing defence midfield. Luciano's playing left back. I'm even playing Ferreira in goal for a rare start this season. But Stickerman, Postignolo and Vinicius at the back, with Fernando at right back. Oh, they're playing a different formation today. We're going with a 3-4-3 basically. Oh, they've got Gabriel Jesus, or Jesus, up front alongside Lacazette and Iwobi on the left. Ramsey's still playing. He's their captain. Dendoncker, Kolasinac, Torre's playing the game, but they've got this back 3, which is a bit different. And we're going to attack because we've kind of got nothing to lose. We're 4-0 down already. One thing I have forgotten to say is my assistant manager's gone. He's gone to manage somewhere else. I can't remember who, but he's left the club. And I've not bothered to get another one in because there's only a few games to go. There's no point. 10 minutes in, this is the first highlight of the game. Are Arsenal going to continue to get goals past us? I hope not. It'd be embarrassing if it ends up being like 9-0 on aggregate or something. Here's Nakajima going to the byline, crossing it in. Wellington makes it 1-0. We're not back in this yet. No way. We need another couple more goals before half-time before I can start dreaming. But that's a lovely goal. Karubo involved, the youngster, playing it out wide. Nakajima does really well to beat those 2 defenders. Crosses it, a deep cross. Wellington at the back post, unmarked. Pokes it home for his 2nd goal in 2 games. In fact, did he score in the previous game? Maybe. Maybe 3 and 3. I can't remember. He's scoring goals, though, since he's returned from injury, so that's good to see. Here's Rob Holding into the path of Ramsey. If they get an away goal, it definitely is all over, by the way. And here they come. Here's Torre, their right wing back. Crosses it in, and that is their away goal. It's 1-1. 5-1 on aggregate. Lacazette with the goal. Here come Arsenal again. Looking for a second. Toure causing problems down that right hand side. Lacazette runs it to the corner, crosses it in. It's almost lobbed in. So we need to score 5 goals without reply to go through. Or 5 more goals without reply. Karubo's not playing particularly well. I'm going to move Ivanic there. Bruno Tabata's coming on. Nakajima's been looking frustrated and furious for the majority of the game, apparently. First highlight of the second half, Nakajima finds Ivanic. He plays it into the path of Bruno Tabata. Lopez on the ball. He scores, finally. His little goal drought is over. It was only about 2 games, but he's had a bad episode today. But that's a really good finish. He raced to get the ball and run back to the halfway line. It's not going to happen, Franco. Sorry, but it's not going to happen. That's a great goal. Here come Arsenal again, looking for an equaliser. Would be nice to beat them in this second leg. Here's Ramsey, the captain, back to Dendonka, who finds Lacazette. Here's Iwobi, good tackle by Vinicius. Pedro Sada as well to win it, and now Ivanic, back to Pedro Sada, slams it up the pitch. Lopez, you're not going to get on the end of that, are you? But Nakajima is, and here's Lopez again. Can we get a third? Lopez, oh, lovely. Absolutely wonderful, but he's fired it wide when Wellington was open on the right-hand side there. Rui Costa's going to come on. Going to go standard. You know, we're not going to win this match, but... well, we might win this match. We're not going to win the tie, but we might win this match, and it'd be nice to say we beat Arsenal. Good way to go out of Europe. Stanley's going to come on for Wellington. Here come Arsenal. That's through to Higuain. He's on the pitch now. Good tackle by Vinicius. Luciano knocks it up. Lopez gets on the end of a mistake, but he's tackled. Crowded up. Look at all those defenders up against poor old little Lopez. They just crowded them out far too easily here today. And here they come again, looking for a second goal. Ramsey. This is slow but patient build-up play from Arsenal, isn't it? Keeping hold of the ball. Arsene Wenger style. Still shining through. Kolasinac crosses it deep. And that is 2-2. The star from the last game gets another goal against us. I'm going back to attacking. I want to win this game. Don't think it's going to happen though. It's going to finish 2-2. They're going to win 6-2 on aggregate. They've obviously been the better team across the 2 legs. They deserve to go through to the final. It's a shame, but it kind of was inevitable, I think. Arsenal, they're just a better team. We have beaten better teams than us across the series, but Arsenal, they were just too much for us in the end. And Lyon have gone through. They beat Liverpool. If we'd beaten Arsenal, I'd have fancied my chances against Lyon. They've done well to beat Liverpool to get through. So next episode, Braga and Arouca. We should be winning the league comfortably. Let's hope there's no late drama. I hope you're looking forward to the last 2 episodes of the series. If you are, please hit that like button. It would be very much appreciated. Until next time, enjoy FM18. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.